Since I've joined the community, I've been able to replace my old income in half the time.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's break this down into numbers. What was your old income?
So it was around 2,000, 2,500.
Okay, and now what are you
Teaching
able to
seven
make?
hours a day,
Okay, okay. 7 hours a day for how many days?
5 days a week.
5 days a week. Holy cow. Okay. And you've been able to replace that income working half the amount of time? Welcome, Tutor Heroes. Today, I get to introduce someone who just brings so much heart into what she does. She brings heart, consistency, creativity to the tutoring world. The amazing Frankie from Peach Teach English. And if you've ever scrolled YouTube for ESL content that actually helps people speak with confidence, you have probably seen her face pop up. She has built a whole library of videos. She experiments with different formats, and she's doing an incredible job reaching students around the world. But what I love about Frankie is the way that she shows up in our community. She's steady, she's encouraging, she's always willing to help another tutor rise. So today, we are going behind the scenes to hear about her story, her growth, her wins, and what she wishes every tutor knew about building a business that they are proud of. So thanks for joining us today, Frankie. So glad you are here.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. And that was such a lovely introduction. And it's totally true. I put a lot of heart and consistency in all that I do. And I really enjoy the process of just putting content out there and helping people improve their English. I'm passionate
Yeah.
about it.
And that passion just shines through with absolutely everything that you do. And I love being able to connect with people like you that have that kind of passion. It's absolutely amazing. So let's start back at like how you first got started tutoring online and then what eventually led to your Peach Teach English YouTube channel.
I started tutoring online in 2018. I started out teaching English as a second language at a school, but the government cut that program, so I had to find a new job. And so I started working online for a company called Cambly, and I worked for them for many years. And I always enjoyed the online part, so I decided to stop working at a brick and mortar school. And eventually, as I got more experience tutoring online, I got some different platforms actually reaching out to me on LinkedIn. I wasn't even applying for them. And I started noticing that I didn't have to stay so small working for a company like Cambly that only pays like $10, $12 an hour, that I could do something bigger. And after I worked for those companies for about a year, I realized I could even think bigger and build something of my own and make even a bigger impact in the students' lives that I'm teaching. And yeah, that's where I am today.
And you were creating, I remember you telling me you were creating videos for this one company, which is how you got started with thinking about creating your YouTube videos. Is that accurate?
Yes, exactly. I was working for a startup company called Papora, and since they're a startup, they needed to make some videos, do some marketing as well. And so they just posted the idea, what if we make videos like this? And I just commented, yeah, I think that's a cool idea. But I wasn't volunteering myself to be on camera. And then about a month later, they reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you want to make videos for Papora?" And I was like, "I'm a little uncomfortable with that, but I'll give it a try. Let's see how it goes." And turns out I really loved it. I enjoyed making the videos.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, at what point did you decide to join the Insider Secrets Club? What was going on in your business at that time?
So basically, what happened is I was making those videos for Papora, and I started to think to myself, if I can make videos to help someone else's company grow, why can't I do that for myself? And I started to see more potential there. And so I just randomly decided to record a video, and I think I started on Instagram. And as I was uploading these videos, I realized it wasn't really growing at all. And so I wanted to get some more tips and advice on how to get better. And so I just started searching on Google and I found your podcast. And the one that really spoke out to me was the one with Millie, because Millie's so great.
She is so great. She's so incredible. She's got that passion too. You can hear that passion every time she talks about her business and every time she talks about the things that she's doing. You can hear that passion coming on through. What about Millie and what she said really got your attention?
She just really praised so much about how you had guided her and helped her to grow a more lucrative business, something very successful. And it's okay, this is possible. I'm going to give it a try. Yeah.
Hmm.
And so I think I was on your email list and I joined one of the free calls you had, and I decided to sign up for the year plan from that call because I knew I wanted to do this. There was no doubt in my heart that I wanted to do this.
Yeah, that's always the best way to go about it because it's not a lot of money to invest. We do have to invest a lot of our time in the beginning when we're getting started. And so to give yourself that time, okay, I'm going to sign up for the year so that I can make this commitment really work and apply the things, not just dip a toe in and then leave, right? It's the best way to go on in is to go all in. What's one big win that you've had since joining that made you think, "Yep, this was the right move."
Ooh, good question. Joanne, one of the things you pointed out to me in the very beginning, I think it was the first call we had, because I got like a free 30-minute call with you. And you mentioned that my website looked more like a business card. And I remember that very well. I ignored it for a little bit, probably because I just didn't want to start all over. But after a few months in the community and really going to the live impact event in Florida, you really encourage me. You got to get that blog on your website. It will really help with SEO. And turns out some girl from France found one of my blogs. She doesn't remember which one, but because she searched that on Google, she booked a free consultation with me. So it worked. And I
Yeah.
can see that my website is just so much more powerful because people can go there and actually learn. I'm
Yeah.
posting my podcast there. I post my little idiom videos, but I have a little bit of explanation of them there. So if people want to go deeper, they'll go to my website and it's really getting them more in my world. And maybe they'll
Yeah.
revisit the website because they like the content. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And these are all huge wins. And I think you've mentioned something really important. In the beginning, we start taking a look at all the other like tutoring businesses that are out there. And most tutoring businesses do not know how to actually market to their ideal client. So we copy what they do. And then we end up with what's like really just like a business card type of website where, yes, it has our information on there, but it doesn't actually have any of the marketing and the helping like understanding your ideal client. Like your website should be all about your ideal client, not about you, not about your expertise. Not those things are important and we weave them in, but it shouldn't be like here are the services that I provide, which is very cold, right? It's not warm and inviting. It should have pictures of you, not pictures of these, oh, that's a pretty picture that I got for free on the internet. It should really speak about you, your business, and tell that story. And so now that you have that and now you have the right content, which can be driving people to your website and learning more about you, that is absolutely incredible. And you're incredibly consistent with video content. What systems or skills from the community helped you the most with that?
With the consistency, I said that I was going to make a post about a success story and I put it off 1 week and then I had a meeting the next week and I said, I'm not gonna say I didn't do it again. And so I actually did it that morning and posted it. So there was definitely some accountability there. Maybe if I like didn't need to respond to someone, maybe I still wouldn't have posted it by
Yeah.
now. So there's definitely a lot of accountability there to post consistently.
Yeah. For somebody who's never heard about the Insider Secrets Club, how would you describe it?
Ooh. One of my favorite parts of the Insider Secrets Club is the community aspect. A lot of us are solopreneurs. We're working from our homes online. It can get a bit lonely. So it's
Mm-hmm.
nice to be able to be part of a group of people that are doing something similar too. They're also solopreneurs. And so we have similar struggles. Maybe someone has been where you are now and they can give you the advice that you need to get past that or to the next level in your business. We can learn a lot from each other as well. And also, I really found the full scope format that you had prepared for us to build my website was probably one of the most useful things I got from Insider Secrets Club.
Yeah, it's great when you don't have to really think through the process. You're like, oh, this is where I say this, this is where I say that. Perfect. Yeah. And I have personally collaborated with Full Scope because they provide that one-stop shop for somebody that doesn't want to piecemeal like all the best tools from like different places and they want to have all the tools in one place. It's such a great tool to have. There's always a learning curve with every single new tool that you have to figure out and put into place. But with Full Scope, you have them all there, and that consistency of how it works begins to make a little bit more sense for people. But then we've also locked in like an incredible price for tutors, which you're not going to find it anywhere else where it's like you pay $37 a month for Full Scope. And I'll put a link inside of the description for anyone who wants to take a look at that specific resource. It is very similar to Go High Level. So if you ever hear those words being thrown out in the internet world, you'll find that it's very comparable to that specific tool. And it has everything in one place. So you don't have to keep paying for this subscription, that subscription. In the beginning, all these little subscriptions, they begin to add up over time. And it becomes so frustrating. Oh, I need that tool now. Oh, golly, are you kidding me? It's another $25 a month subscription for it.
And they add
Everything.
up.
They add up. All of a sudden, you're like, I paid $200 in subscriptions. Are you kidding me? Oh, it just gets so frustrating. And they want to pay you, they want you to pay a full year in advance sometimes in order to get like the discounted rate. And it just becomes so frustrated. So that's why I decided to partner with Full Scope was specifically for to eliminate that frustration for people and to give them those tools that they have all in one place. So, what does being part of the Insider Secrets Club mean to you, both as a tutor and as a creator?
Being part of the Insider Secrets Club means being part of a dedicated and professional community that is ready to support not just each other, but our students, our learners, in order to creating a better world and educating young people to adults around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just so happy to be a part of that.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, my big goal is for people to understand how to create an online presence, right? Because if I was listening to one of my favorite people the other day, his name is Tom Billieu, and he said people always ask him how can they master paid advertising, and he says the answer is first learn organic marketing. If you don't learn the organic marketing side of it, where you can take advantage of all of the free ways that you can get on out there, then you going on in and throwing a paid ad, you're not going to have the funnels and the pieces in place in order to be successful with it. So you're just wasting your money. And so the best way is for people like as online tutors is to create that online presence. So my goal is to help them create that online presence so that when people do find them, they know they want to move forward with you. Now you became inspired to become a leader in our community and I'm curious about how has stepping into that role helped you grow?
So, becoming a leader is really exciting for me because so many people have helped me, like you, Joanne, be able to learn how to create a better website, more focused content, and just being braver. Yeah, I
Mm.
remember when I first joined, you invited everyone to go live with you. I think it was on Facebook. And I'm like, I've never gone live before, but I'm gonna do it. And I like being in a position of leadership where I also now get to try to help people to step into those braver choices by creating videos, putting your face out there on the internet, going live, and really giving yourself to grow professionally and personally. And yeah, I hope to inspire people to do that like everyone has for me.
Yeah, it really does make a huge difference when we're all scared in the beginning to create that video. We're all scared to figure out how to create a website. We're all scared to do it, but we have to do it even if we're scared. You're going to learn how to do these pieces. A lot of people they just want to hire somebody else to do it for them and it is never going to have the same kind of ROI than you going on in investing your time learning how to do this stuff because you're going to get taken advantage of by the 100th person who reaches out to you and says, I can give you better SEO scores on your website or on your videos or on your. I get that. Do you get those like all the time? I get them all
Every
of the
week.
time. Every week I get 5 a week and then I get some where they go crazy. They're like all of a sudden they're like, I have sent you 6 messages. I'm like, wow, you didn't get the message after I ignored you 6 times that I'm not interested and you just kept reaching out. Who's the person that really needs to think about their thing? I'm like, I will finally just reach out and just say, I get pitched 5 times a week from these services and I know how to increase the viewership on my videos. Thank you very much.
Yes,
and
no,
and they
I get a
oh, so
lot
thank you.
every week.
And you're going to fall for it. And I don't want anybody to fall for those kinds of people, those kinds of scams. They're not going to be able to get you more reach. They think that they have the magic formula. I will give you the actual real things that matter the most so that you can get the right amount of visibility. Because the thing is, when we look at that visibility, a lot of it ends up becoming, I don't know, they're like ego numbers, right? They're not actually driving the traffic. Need to make sure that we're creating that right content to drive the traffic that's actually going to take action with us, reach out to us, and then take that next step. That's our goal. Like, we're not trying to become influencers, we're just trying to run our business, right? And so, how do we create content that's of value and then at the same time be able to create a funnel that is working for you while you sleep, really, at the end of the day. You don't have to pay for an ad in order to drive traffic to you. You get as much business as you want by taking those actions. I love it. I find for me, like being a leader in the community helps me stay on top of everything that's happening because the online world is completely changing. And so we're now moving into like an SEO where it's a search engine optimization. We're using Google as a search engine and we're typing things in to more of an answer engine optimization, which is a different strategy. And we're making the transition. And so more of these platforms online are going to answer engine optimization and things change. So by being a leader, I get to stay on top of all of that information, but at the same time, make sure that I still stay relevant at the same time. I don't know. I feel guilty sometimes. I'm like, okay, I'm staying on top of this information so I can stay relevant. I'm so grateful that I get to then share the information with other people so they can stay relevant and still continue to get found. So for the
Yes.
tutor who is watching is unsure about joining the community, what would you tell them?
In the beginning, I was really cautious to spend a single penny. I wanted to do everything for free. I would edit a video and then it would have the watermark, and I would try to find a free way to remove the watermark. The sound was bad, so I would find a free way to improve the sound quality. But it took a lot of extra steps because it was all free. And as I started making more and more, I started to question that idea. Yeah, is the free way always the best way. And I can
Mm,
confidently say that all the different tools that I've chosen to invest in, including the Insider Secrets Club, has been why my business has grown. And it also saves me a lot of time.
yeah.
And
Which then makes you a lot more money. So then you can afford some of the other things that you need to take your business to the next level.
exactly. So in the beginning, it's totally normal. I did the same thing, but I have not regretted investing in myself, in my business, in my growth. And not only is my business growing, but I have grown as a person because of the Insider Secrets Club. My professionalism, my dedication, just my knowledge about technology, new things that are coming out, it's always improving. So you will
Mm.
not regret joining this community. And that was when you were just talking, I wanted to say that's another great thing about the Insider Secrets Club because you're always updating on updating us on the latest information about AEO and all of these things, and I'm truly thankful for it.
For those that are watching on YouTube, should we give them a little sneak peek of what it looks like inside of our community?
Let's do it.
All right. I'm just going to open it on up over here so people can get a feel for what does it look like inside of here if they decide that they want to join us. Because I think we could talk about it till we're blue in the face, but when you get to see what's actually happening inside of here, it really does make a huge difference. So as we take a look in here, we have what's called our online presence game. And when you come into the online presence game, you get to learn about what are all of the steps that I need to take in order to create my online presence. And then we've got the values of our community. We are constantly looking for people inside of our community that are showing these values and honestly thanking them for being a part of that. We also have what's called the game of tutoring inside of here. So you find out where are you at in your business and what are the steps that you need to take to get to the next level. So a lot of times we don't think about it strategically in that way. And so in the game of tutoring, you find out what is your level, what actions do you need to take. There are videos in level 1 and 2 that are going to guide you through each of these things step by step. And then as we get to level 3, we're going to be creating new videos this year to go on up to level 3. So it's really exciting stuff. And people are constantly coming on in. They get to ask all of their questions that they specifically have. And we have updates, what's happening inside of our community. People share their success stories. I love the success stories. Here's one that Heidi just said. She said, this isn't about getting a new student. And usually that's what we kind of share is like the success stories of being a student. But she said, I'm thankful for this group to give me accountability and motivation to do the hard things that are out of my comfort zone. She said, I love this quote. All successful people have the habit of doing the things failures don't like to do. They don't like doing them either necessarily, but their disliking is subordinated to the strength of their purpose. Yeah, one of the coaches inside of my daughter's soccer team said, it's not that the successful people are better at doing things. He said the successful people are just willing to do the things that unsuccessful people aren't willing to do. And that's the big piece of it. Is it going to take a lot of work to build an online tutoring business and build an online presence? Yeah, you betcha. You betcha. Is everybody going to try to sell you on this is the quickest way to do it and this is the fastest way to do it? And yeah, all the time. People are going to sell you on that. We're not going to sell you on that. We're going to tell you, look, it does take time. We're going to show you the steps that you need to take. But at the end of the day, you are going to have a sustainable business that is going to thrive no matter what. And that is our goal. So we've got people that are starting to sell products that they've created. We've got, I love this. Jennifer Jones said, something's working. 5 parents booked consultations, 1 confirmed tutoring for 2 of their children. Proof that consistency really does pay off. You
That
know,
consistency.
yeah, this community isn't about taking money. This community is about you making more money because of the information that you learn from the community. And that's really the big piece of it. And we have weekly calls each week that support you. If we take a look here, like we have reading tutors are getting together with Mary today at 11 o'clock. We have our tutor happy hour that happens at 2 o'clock. Every Monday, I host like a morning wake up call. The different leaders have a team of tutors, and so they host like a monthly call We have what are called co-working calls inside of our community where you get to come and work on the things in your business that are going to help take it to the next level. So we call them income producing activities. Like, what income producing activities can you be working on during this co-working call so that you can be able to drive more traffic to your business? And they happen throughout the entire week. We've got different masterminds depending on what level you're at in the game of tutoring. We have sharing parties, so the content you're creating doesn't get 0 views. Here's some more co-working calls. We have a content sharing party group, and I personally host a question answer group coaching. So each week we come on in and people are able to ask all of their questions live with me, and I answer their questions. And I even do coaching in there for people who need help with shifting to the next level, or they need help with how do I do this, and I guide them through that process. So there's so many incredible things. And our monthly focus is always focused on our online presence game. That is where we're just 1 week at a
And
time,
and I
kind
love
of
the
going
book
through.
club.
Oh, yes. Are you doing this one, the Dare to Lead?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yes.
fantastic. Yes. The book clubs are amazing. I love it. Love reading. Whether I
The
listen
reading
on
tutor.
audiobook, you know what? It's so funny because, yes, I'm a reading tutor, but I heard somebody say that those that read for an hour a day in the area that they want to become an expert, in 5 years, they'll become an expert. And I took that to
Wow.
heart. I read every single book that I could possibly get my hands on when it came to reading. And I also follow the same advice when it comes to running my business now. So I read an hour a day on how do I take my business to the next level. And so that's why I'm able to guide people on what's happening now. What are those things? What do we need to be staying on top of? Because I'm constantly educating myself on those kinds of things. But then you guys get to walk through that too with different book clubs on being able to take that. So that, yeah, it is pretty cool stuff.
And you can use those lessons in your content creation. You can connect it to what you're doing in your business, in your life with your students.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you a perspective. I really love the book club so much.
And you get to know other people. So a lot of people don't think about this, but tutors also get to be a referral partners for you, right? You meet other people. Maybe their kids are struggling with what it is that you specifically tutor. You never know who you're meeting inside of those groups who they're learning about you, and now they're also talking about you because they've gotten to know you. We as tutors love to refer other people that we know and trust. If we don't know and trust them, don't cold pitch us because we're not about to just start referring you because you cold pitched us, right? We have people like that all the time who are like, can you refer me students? I don't even know who you are. No, I can't.
I totally agree.
But then,
And
like,
also,
inside of the community, we do that, right? We totally refer each other.
yeah, inside the Insider Secrets Club, some members have referred me and I've gotten clients.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
know
helpful.
it is. It's like it pays for itself, you guys. If you come on in, you do the work and you invest the time, it works. And so you definitely can come on in and join us. And you know what? It's not at a super scary rate either. It's only $97 a month, or you can invest in the whole year for $500. That's
Wow.
crazy. That's like getting one student. One student pays for that, and you get to continue to get more students on top of that because of all of the information that you learn.
Yes. And since I've joined the community, I've been able to replace my old income in half the time.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's break this down into numbers. What was your old income?
So it was around 2,000, 2,500.
Okay, and now what are you
Teaching
able to
seven
make?
hours a day,
Okay, okay. 7 hours a day for how many days?
5 days a week.
5 days a week. Holy cow. Okay. And you've been able to replace that income working half the amount of time?
About half, like 5 hours a day.
Wow. That's just worth it in and of itself right there. Gold. You get some of your time back. While it seems, oh, I've got to invest all this time in the beginning. Yes, every good business has to invest time in the beginning if you want to be successful. And anybody who's just looking for the just give me the quick trick, just tell me the one thing that I can do that's going to get me the most amount of clients, you are going to fail. I'm just going to tell you right out of the gate because you're going to get this answer. Referrals. People are going to say it's referrals, and then you're going to think, oh, I have a great student. They're going to refer me. You're going to misunderstand what referrals mean. Yes, you are going to have great success probably with your students. Yes, you probably will get some of those people referring you. But if you put all of your eggs in that basket and only that basket, you're going to fail to have a sustainable business because you are letting others control the narrative of your business. In fact, I created a whole entire video about that. I'll put the link inside of the description at the end. You can easily click to that and check it on out on why you don't want to just rely on referrals and why you want to take control of your business and the marketing that you're going to put on out there. Ugh, such amazing stuff. I'm so glad that you were able to join us and have this conversation. I feel so energized already in my own tutoring business right now because of you, Frankie.
Yay. And to add on that, Joanne, it's true, like referrals can be super helpful. When people refer you, the that person is more likely to say yes when they talk to you because they have that touch point. But at
Yes.
the same time, you can't depend only on that. And thanks to everything you've taught me about content creation, ideal client, the blog, everything I mentioned before, I am getting free consultations every week.
Yay. Oh my God, I
And
love it.
it works. This works, guys. It really does.
Yay. Frankie, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and everything that you bring to the Insider Secrets Club. Your consistency, your creativity, your kindness, this really makes a difference, not just for your students, but for every tutor who watches what you're doing and thinks, okay, maybe I can do this too. So if you're watching, you want to learn from amazing tutors like Frankie and myself, get support, stay consistent, grow your tutoring business with people who truly get it, I'd love to invite you to check out the Insider Secrets Club. And of course, go subscribe to Frankie's channel, Peach Teach English. Frankie's
Peach
videos
Teach
are
English.
helpful. Yay! They're helpful. They're helpful for tutors and for English learners. So thanks for being here, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.